All right, and we're live. My name is Rains Draper. I'm a singer-songwriter out of North Carolina and Georgia. I'll tell you a little more about myself in a minute, but I want to thank MVYRADIO 88.7 for letting me do this. This is a really cool opportunity. I've never done anything like it before, and I'm super excited to be doing it now. I'm going to be playing a few songs, a few originals. But first, a little more about me. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, originally. I currently am going into my senior year at Wake Forest University in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I play acoustic guitar, and I sing a little bit. And yeah, I write songs. I have stuff on Spotify. I've recently been I'm up here working on the Vineyard for the summer, doing some maintenance, doing a maintenance job with some of my friends, and I ended up getting some shows at Noman's, right outside of Oak Bluffs. And I did 4 shows there. They were all incredible. It's an amazing venue. If you haven't checked out Noman's, be sure to do that. It's a really cool place. Lots of outdoor space to kind of hang out. So I did 4 shows there, and Karen, who's the director of development at MVYRADIO, happened to be at the second one I did, and kind of set me up doing this, and I'm just beyond honored to be able to do it. So when it's not summertime, when I'm not up here, I do shows around North Carolina and Atlanta when I'm back home. I'm going to grab some water really quick. I'm going to be singing a few songs. This first one that I'm singing is called Straw Man. It's out on Spotify. I released it. I wrote and released it freshman year of college at Wake, and it was part of an EP that I did called Morning Person. That's another song I'll be singing later. And I think it was a 4 or 5 song EP. It had some good songs on it. I'm hoping to re-record it at some point. The recording quality is not fantastic. I recorded it in a dorm room as an 18-year-old, and so it has its flaws for sure, but I think the songs on there are good. So without further ado, let me get my harmonica out. Well, you built me like a straw man. You always meant to knock me down. Well, no one else can hit like you, dear. I'm calling to you now from the ground. Don't take much to kill a straw man. If you hit him where it hurts, before you know it, all he's good for standing still and scaring birds. In these fields I can set my soul to rest. When I think of you, my heart can beat these final breaths away. I wonder when this all got started, and if I'll be here till the end. And I wonder if there's time for you to make amends. In these fields I can set my soul to rest. When I think of you, my heart can beat these final breaths away. Well, you built me like a straw man. You always meant to knock me down. Well, no one else can hit like you, dear. I'm calling to you now from the ground. All right. I'll grab some water real quick. So this next one I have is about busking, which is, if you don't know what that term means, it's street performing. Usually street performing with music. And this one, I'm going to take this off to talk. I'll put it back on in a second. So this one I wrote. So one of the things I've been doing on my off days from my maintenance job has been busking out in Oak Bluffs, right nearby. And so I'll go into the kind of center of town and get out my guitar case and play for tips. And one of my favorite things about it, I mean, it's fun to be able to play music and make money anytime. But my real favorite thing about it is meeting the people that I see there. And they're all really interesting people. I've never met a boring person while busking. I don't know. It might be that, like, to walk up to someone who's, like, playing guitar on the street and just, like, start a conversation, you have to be a pretty outgoing person. So that probably limits the interactions I've had to people who are just generally extroverted. And I've just had some really funny interactions out there with people of all sorts, all ages. And this song is one that I wrote a couple weeks ago. It's called 3:15. And it's about some of the interactions I've had while busking. Some days busking's easy. Some days busking's hard. And some days it's too easy to get lost in it all. Look at the time. It's 3:15. You hardly made a dime. Got here at 12:15. What are you doing? Why are you still here? Go find another corner. There's nothing for you here. I don't do it for money. I obviously don't do it for fame. I do it for the people. They'll never know my name, except for Nicholas. He was about 17. He asked if he could play here. I told him fine by me. So he sat down with his guitar in hand, and he asked, what can you play? I told him I play a lot of James Taylor and Jim Croce and stuff. And he said, who's that? Look at the time. It's 3:15. You hardly made a dime. Got here at 12:15. What are you doing? Why are you still here? Go find another corner. Quit yelling in my ear. There's an old woman there too. We'll call her Ethel. That probably wasn't her real name, but she just really seemed like an Ethel. She asked if I could play any Pink Floyd. I told her I used to. She said, well, try and grab onto that, will ya? Maybe just some Wish You Were Here or something. Look at the time. It's 3:15. You hardly made a dime. Got here at 12:15. What are you doing? Why are you still here? Go find another corner. I can't play Wish You Were Here. doing? Why are you still here? Go find another corner. There's nothing for you here. All right. A fun fact about that one, I learned to play harmonica so that I could play it to that song. I wrote that song and I was like, it's a song about busking. I feel like harmonica is sort of a classic, like blues folk instrument that you'd see someone playing while playing on the side of the road. So I thought it would really fit with that song. And so I went to the music store. There's one music store on the Vineyard, Island Music. I went in there and I found one in the right key and learned to play. So I don't know any of the really advanced techniques for harmonica yet, which is why I'm not going to bore you and play it to every song here in this video. But I'm learning. I have it on 2 songs so far, and when I do shows, I'll play it with some covers. Goes really well on Wagon Wheel and songs like that. I'm going to grab some more water. So this next one, well, actually, before I go into that, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I got into music and songwriting. So both my brother and my dad play guitar. My sister and my mom also do a little bit. And my dad has played, I think, since he was like 15. This is actually his old guitar that he got and learned on then. It's an old Japanese guitar from the 70s. And it's great. It's lasted this long. It'll hopefully last a while longer. And so I learned to play guitar when I was 14. I was in 8th grade, 13 or 14, because I wanted to be able to play all the James Taylor songs that my brother and my dad were learning together at the time. And I'd listened to James Taylor for in my dad's car, and just growing up for all my life. So that James Taylor and John Denver and Jim Croce were the 3 musicians I think I heard the most when I was really little. And my dad would sing us some of their songs. Some of my earliest memories are him singing John Denver, singing along to John Denver. So that's how I got into playing guitar, and shortly after that, I started playing at talent shows. My very first talent show I played at was in 8th grade. I played Hey Soul Sister by Train. And I sat there, and I didn't know how to hold a guitar on stage, so by the end of the song, it was just falling the whole time, and by the end of the song, I was holding it like this and trying to strum. I watched a video of it later, and it was so awkward. I hope I'm less awkward these days. And then, so I played a lot of covers, and then junior year I went to this semester school up in Maine called Chewonki, and our final project was basically it was called the Human Ecology Capstone project, and you could do anything that connected nature and humanity. And so my idea was to write an album and record an album that sort of connected that talked about the different ways that people interact with nature, and sort of talked about the surroundings in Maine. That album is called Common Ground, and I got to write it up there. I recorded at a studio called Maine Music Mill nearby in Brunswick, and that was sort of how I got my start songwriting. And since then, I've recorded most of my stuff on my own, just because I don't really have the resources right now to go get studio time. But that's sort of how I got started in songwriting. Since then, I've been writing my own stuff, releasing mostly singles on Spotify, and one EP, and then I did sort of like a double single, I guess, this past year. I'm going to play one of those songs right now. It was a 2-song release. I'm not going to bore you with my talking for too much longer, but this next one is called Cities on the Sea. It's one that I wrote around New Year's this past year. I was hanging out with some friends, and we were at the beach, and I looked out, and there were these cargo ships out there, and maybe some cruise ships. I don't know. There were big ships out on the water, and I looked out there, and I thought those look like little floating cities out there, and that inspired me to write this song. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to fix my capo really quick so it doesn't buzz like that. It was late last night when they appeared to me. Floating there like cities on the sea. You grabbed my hand and said, why can't we be floating free like cities on the sea? Candlelights on the horizon line. Catch the waves on currents in my mind. I catch your eyes staring into mine. I hear a voice coming from the sky. Ooh, from cities on the sea. Waves carry it back to me. Ooh, from cities on the sea. Waves carry it back to me. Ooh, from cities on the sea. Waves carry it back to me. Yeah, so that's one of my newer ones. It's out on Spotify. And, I also, so another instrument other than harmonica I've been learning recently is the mandolin. I got one back in March, and I've been working hard on it. And the reason I got it actually was because I recorded that song with a friend, and he played a mandolin over it. He played this really pretty mandolin part. He doesn't even play mandolin. His name is Mark Sukolowski. He goes by Mark Taylor in the music industry. And he, you should check him out, by the way. He's on Spotify. He's awesome. But he doesn't really play mandolin. And I was like, where did you learn to play mandolin? He was like, I just kind of played. And I was like, that's really unhelpful, but it sounds awesome. So yeah, that was what inspired me to learn to play mandolin, and I'm hoping to do it on a few more of my songs. I really just love the sound of it. This next one is not out yet. It is called Blinded by Sirens. Sirens being the mythical women who sing really well and guide sailors to their doom. Not like police sirens. If that clears up the lyrics at all. Here we go. Who are we? Where are we going? And who are we? What are we fighting for? Another morning comes, another evening gone. My love is running around me. She's making me dizzy from the sound. I'm blinded by sirens. Don't know where my mind is. My judgment is drowned. She's not the one that got away. She's the one I tried to let go when the high road and the low road intertwined. If there's one thing I have to say, I know the roads are getting steeper. It's getting hard to keep her off my mind. I found it's hard to have sympathy when nobody envies me if I run aground. My mind is losing capacity. My heart's where my head should be. Emotions abound. She's not the one that got away. She is the one I tried to let go when the high road and the low road intertwined. If there's one thing I have to say, I know the roads are getting steeper. It's getting hard to keep her off my mind. And who are we? Where are we going? And who are we? What are we fighting for? All right. I'm going to retune my guitar and also fix my computer so I can see how much time I have really quick. All right. I've got a little bit of time left. My guitar went really out of tune there. I'd like for it not to be that way. I have probably 3 more songs. 2 or 3. We'll see. There it is. Yeah. This next one is the one I mentioned earlier. It's called Morning Person. It's the title song off of that EP I released freshman year. It's my most upbeat, musically upbeat song that I've written. And I don't play it that often. Sometimes I'm not gonna forget words here, knock on wood. But sometimes my friends make fun of me jokingly, all in fun. Because I have a tendency to forget when I'm like in the middle of a song that I wrote. I'll forget. I don't forget when I'm singing covers, but I'll forget the words to songs that I write, which sounds really dumb. But it's because I don't like. It's not that I don't like practicing them. It just feels weird practicing my own songs when I've already like written and released them like they're done. I love practicing and learning covers that other people write because they're fun, and I like practicing songs that I've just written that I'm working on. But something about like practicing songs that I've already written and that are already out there, unless I'm directly preparing for a show, feels like a little weird and narcissistic to me. I don't think it actually is, but it just sort of like feels that way. Which is why some of these songs I'll feel a little less confident on, which is dumb, and it's something I need to work on. But yeah, if you're like me and don't practice your own songs that you've written, don't do that. Practice them. They're good. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm going to grab some water really quick. There we go. Waking up in the light of day, and I can't find my way to you, but I Found myself in a better place. Now I don't know what's true, 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 true. Trying to feel the pain again, acting out in desperation. But honey, I don't know what else to do. Maybe I'm just not a morning person. These days I've been writing songs pretty much every other day since I met you. Maybe I was wrong to let you go. Maybe I was wrong about a lot of things. So maybe I am a morning person. Maybe I am, maybe I am. Maybe I am a morning person. Maybe I am, maybe I am. Found the truth hidden in your eyes. We were trying to have a conversation. Only then I realized maybe I am a morning person. That way. But almost all of the other ones I've sung are ones that I wrote sort of like in sudden bursts of inspiration, sort of in the same broad time frame. But yeah, this is one I wrote freshman year. This is actually one I wrote it for my senior friends, my friends who were seniors who were graduating. And then I didn't finish it in time to give it to them. But I released it in the fall of my sophomore year. And it is about Wake Forest, where I go to school. Wake has a beautiful campus, and it's in the city of Winston-Salem, hence the name Winston. And I love it there. Anyway, here's Winston. This is the last one, and I'm done. I promise. Winston, it's time for me to go. But don't cry, I'll be back someday, I know. Winston, don't say goodbye to me. In the blink of an eye, I'll be back here, wait and see. Walking beneath the old magnolia lines, she grabs my hand and looks me in the eye. She says, you're so much stronger now than when I met you all those years ago. Well, Winston, you're getting on just fine. Winston, you're more than I bargained for. These last few weeks have worn me to the bone. But when summertime is over, I'll be back here just to show you that you're the only place I call my home. I said I'm going to Winston-Salem in my mind, singing along to an old James Taylor line. The chapel's there to greet ya, magnolias will meet ya, and Winston, you're getting on just fine. Winston, I've got places I've gotta be. But when the time has come, you know I'll miss you dearly. The memories will be here, the love will never disappear, and Winston, you'll age gracefully. I said I'm going to Winston-Salem in my mind, singing along to an old James Taylor line. The chapel's there to greet you, magnolias will meet you, and Winston, you're getting on just fine. I said, Winston, you're getting on just fine. Oh, Winston, you're getting on just fine. All right, thank you. That's all I got. Again, my name is Rains Draper. I'm a singer-songwriter out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and Atlanta, Georgia. Check me out on Spotify. Thanks again to MVYRADIO for having me do this. This is a really cool opportunity. And good luck to any other young songwriters out there.